Hello and welcome to Extreme Gameplays where I play games stylishly. I just want to put this out there quickly. This video that you're watching right now is a part of the main project that I was working on, the whole Sceneries in God of War project. I just thought I would upload this, as a separate video because it deserves a separate video so that you guys see how beautiful this game design is from God of War 2, how it showed the whole objective throughout the entirety of the game. Anyways, let's not talk any more than this and hope you guys enjoy the video. My favorite, the best objectively for it being shown throughout the entire time of Kratos' goal after Zeus kills him. The Spire, God of War 2. Let's go. Okay, so the first time we really get a very small glimpse of the Spire is from a cutscene that occurs after we get on the back of Pegasus, right after we free him. It's briefly shown in the background and yup, this is where it all starts. Then it's shown again the whole time you ride Pegasus. The game already telling you this is your objective, but they never let you know yet. You reach the Temple of Lachesis and fight through some enemies, and you climb up here to fight these dogs, and you can see the steeds while picking this corpse up. But then when you go to the elevator on the left, the game shows it to you full picture. Even when you go down the elevator, it's shown again. Then you proceed to kick this door and there it is, the Spire. Gaia first tells you must find a way across the island.
You must find a way across to the island, Kratos, for there lies your path to the Sisters of Fate.
She still does not tell you about your main goal, which is that big phoenix statue from the distance called the Spire. Anyways, you play the game more and you go about your day. You get across this chain to reach the steeds. You climb and in the very far distance, our very far objective. Then after combining the two islands and when you get in the place with the Lachesis statue and after you knock it down, you go forward and reach Destiny's Atrium. And guess what you see then? The game does all this beautiful stuff reminding you about your goal. All the zoom outs, all the sceneries, all the camera angles that you have to stop for. Art is vague. You have to stop for a minute to store all that in your head, to then finally realize it and make a video about it on YouTube, on your own channel. Anyways, you proceed and after an encounter you get this zoom out that pretty much sums up the point of zoom outs. You, the player, are focused on going forward, where to go next, who to fight next. But have you ever stopped to look at all this? This big zoom out occurs showing you all this and far from everything, far from home, the Spire. Still that far. And when the camera gets behind Kratos, we hear Gaia saying this.
Hidden deep within the Spire lie the Sisters. They control the threads of fate. Gain control of your thread, and you will be able to return to the moment when Zeus betrayed you.
Gaia tells you what you're doing, what's ahead, and finally speaks about the Spire and what it has inside. She does not hold any of her words. The Spire has the Sisters of Fate inside. Go get them. You get to them, you change your fate. That's it. We just showed you the Spire. We'll never show it again for the rest of the game. You know your goal, right? Wrong. This scene gets interrupted by Albric. The two of you fight and after you kill him, you go for a long time not seeing the Spire. You're mostly in a jungle or in buildings fighting Uriel and solving puzzles. The game does a very good job making you kind of forget about your goal and kind of shifts your focus, kind of making you believe that's it. Gaia just spoke about the Spire. That's all you need to know. Now go after it. You get the sense that you'll never see the Spire until you reach it, but that's wrong. The game does all that until you reach the Hall of Atropos. Same kind of statue that Lachesis had in Destiny's Atrium, except a little closer to the spire. You go through this section and you fight Perseus, a guy who has the same goal, and it is to have an audience with the Sisters of Fate to bring his love back from Hades. This brings in a cool dynamic of the two as they're fighting, telling the player these two have the same goal. And what does the game do? Shows the spire throughout the entirety of this fight. Brilliance. You thought the game forgot about the spire this entire time. Here it is being shown in the background of this fighting stage. This is what they're both fighting for. Perseus losing hope and giving up on the goal just to get the title of the Kratos killer. Kratos being the opposite and not losing hope, still going on his path, because hope is what makes us strong. It is why we are here. It's what we fight with when all else is lost. Pandora, God of War 3. Anyways, after you kill Perseus, the game briefly shows you the Phoenix statue. Then when you solve the puzzle and open the gate the same way you did in the Hall of Lachesis, you proceed and you get this zoom out, a kind of a similar zoom out that we got in the Destiny's Atrium. This scenery shows us how far Kratos has gotten, how we kinda see the spire get bigger and bigger as we go, because in this scenery it's a little bigger than this one. Although it's still pretty far though. But anywho, we're showing progress, right? We even see it minutes later through this gate after we get the Spear of Destiny. We proceed further to get to the crossing of the lowlands. We cross it, go through some encounters, and here we are now staring at the far great chasm. Now what the game does here, again for a second time after they did it with Albric, the game does not show the spire behind the great chasm. On purpose. They could have easily shown the spire here like they do later when we're on Atlas' hand, but have some time off that, right? And by the way, this scenery is still 10 out of 10. Did you forget this video was about sceneries in general? I know. It's fine. The spire really knocks every other zoom out and scenery out of the park. It's fine, happens to the best of sceneries. Anyways, again, we go for a long time at Atlas not seeing not even a glimpse of the spire, not a single mention, until we finally get out with the help of Atlas, seeing the Great Chasm again, but this time the spire is shown behind it, and it's big. You can only see it when jumping. Hotter, Kratos, you're really getting hot. We get in the Great Chasm and it's shown full picture with this scene. Not a zoom out, just a scene. But it tells us we are getting this close to what was our seemingly impossible objective. It's so big now and it looks really close now. Again, you're so close to it you have to jump to see it completely. Or for it to be shown in a scene and not in-game, as it did the whole entirety of this time. Anyways, we're still not done. We go to the auditorium of Lachesis, and there we can see the spire being shown again. We find out later after sacrificing this translator that the spire, this statue we thought, opens up, but not completely. Still needs another translator sacrificed. Watch out, Atreus. We go to the auditorium of Atropos to find another translator and to find the statue shown in the distance again. We kill the translator and this time the spire completely opens up. The wings open up completely and the mouth where the Temple of the Fates lies. Now we see the full picture of the spire we've been hunting this entire time. Later on we go to a place called the Phoenix Chamber after Lachesis tells us to, and there we free a phoenix by setting it up on fire. Go up to open this door with the Hail of Boreas that we got from the Phoenix Chamber. Blow this horn and now the phoenix is free. The phoenix pushed these two statues off and goes to sit on its nest while the game shows us both the phoenix and the spire. Look at how far Kratos has gotten. We proceed further to fight a shadow. What does the game do? The game has the spire as the background again. A symbol that tells us who we're fighting has the same goal in mind. And that becomes extra clear later on when we find out that who we were fighting was the nameless last Spartan. And he tells us he was trying to do the same here by hunting down the Sisters of Fate to change Sparta's fate. The game already told us about the ambitions of this shadow we were fighting by showing us the spire, making it pretty much the fighting stage if this was a fighting game. So on a repeated walkthrough, you get the sense of, hey, the game already tells the player that this guy was seeking the Spire. Just like Kratos, just like Perseus, just like Icarus. I forgot mentioning this guy. Then this all gets interrupted by the Kraken. We kill the Kraken, and from here we finally have it in front of us. We cross the bridge that we used to kill the Kraken with, and here's the game showing us the Spire for one last time in its rare form. And we have our way to get to it. The game could have easily made this into a cutscene where we get on the Phoenix and it takes us right into the heart of the statue. But no, not God of War 2, not Cory Barlog. I hope you're watching this video to know that yes, I appreciate the art you created in these sceneries, and I appreciate how you hit it. All these years of me playing these games, loving them, loving everything about them, making a YouTube channel to play them stylishly, and to finally get here, me making a Sceneries video where this last one knocked all of the other sceneries at the park without crazy graphics and visuals. Thank you, Cory Barlog. We execute the QTE and get on the Phoenix, and it takes us to the Spire, and we're finally here. We're in the end game. All this time, the game showing us how far we are from our goal, and now we are approaching it. Now you guys know why this is my favorite scenery, zoom out session, and goal in mind in all video games. You guys surely noticed me saying Kratos the supervillain throughout some of the other sceneries, right? It shows you what you just did. Kratos the supervillain leads to the Chamber of the Flame and raising it from there. Kratos the supervillain. Well, not this one. This one is pure determination and dedication from Kratos, seeing our hero trying this hard to reach his goal. I mean, I know he's still trying to change his fate to kill Zeus, basically cheating life and death, but all that mal gets overshadowed by the dedication Kratos had to reach his goal. Not just the dedication, the hope, I would say. One guy telling him he won't ever make it. Some other guy literally having the same goal but goes hollow and dismisses his goal because he thinks it's pointless. I mean, he thought this door was his only escape. A door Kratos opens for breakfast. Kratos could open that door on the sunniest day with the hardest flu covering him. Anyways, that and this other guy telling him it's his fate to make it past the big gap to reach the Great Chasm. A guy who went insane over all that, and a guy who, like Perseus, lost all hope and is now telling Kratos that he'll never make it. And then to finally reach our single ally left from Sparta. The last Spartan having the same goal. Us killing him still led us to the Spire. Our goal. Kratos, the symbol of hope in the Greek mythology.